This is the Bosch GAM220MF digital angle finder. It locks onto fast, precise measurements and is ideal for use with a miter saw. Measure angles for roof joints, stairways, and sloped windows, or create perfect trim work in crown molding. The features let you focus on the job. The user interface is intuitive and the illuminated flip display is easy to read. The simple and compound miter function is great for making fast saw angle adjustments. The hold function lets you easily reuse and transfer saved measurements. And the mechanical lock makes transferring angles simple and quick. There's a generous measuring range of 0 to 220 degrees with measuring accuracy of 0.01 degrees. And to top it off, this Bosch angle finder is tough. Its housing meets IP54 protection standards. It comes with a carrying case and a leg extension for measuring hard-to-reach angles. Accurate angles are a thing of beauty.
The secret to great projects is with high-quality cuts, and you can make them more easily than you ever thought possible using your circular saw plus the Kreg RipCut. The Kreg RipCut Circular Saw Edge Guide takes the intimidation out of cutting and allows you to make cuts without measuring, without marking, and without having to keep the saw from wandering off of a cut line. The RipCut turns your ordinary circular saw into a precision edge-guided cutting tool that makes straight, accurate, repeatable cuts in plywood, MDF, and other large sheets easy and accurate. And because projects often call for multiple pieces to be cut the exact same size, with the RipCut, you can lock in a size and can be confident that with cut after cut, the pieces will be exactly the same size. Also, you can make these cuts anywhere you need to by taking your saw to the material instead of having to bring your material to the saw. The RipCut makes this possible with a universal sled that holds your saw, an aluminum guide rail with built-in measuring scale, and an oversized edge guide that follows the edge of the plywood sheet to provide complete control as you cut. The universal sled can also be used on the Kreg AccuCut. The RipCut works with just about any circular saw, whether it has a blade mounted on the left or the right side. Plus, the edge guide is reversible, so the RipCut works equally well right-handed and left-handed. Mounting your saw on the RipCut is quick and easy, and your saw can be removed for other uses, then reinstalled just as quickly. Using the RipCut is easy too. Just lock the saw sled at your desired cut, from 1 inch up to 24 inches wide, then simply hold the edge guide against your sheet, turn the saw on, and go. A large handle on the edge guide that helps you maintain solid contact with the edge of your sheet. With the RipCut Circular Saw Edge Guide, it's just that easy. There's no measuring and no marking, just straight, accurate, repeatable cuts every time.
Hi, welcome to the Micro Jig Shop. My name is Morgan, and today we're going to be looking at the match fit dovetail clamps. I'm going to give you some pointers on how to get started so you can start building your own jigs and get the most out of your clamps. First things first, in order for this clamp to work, you need a dovetail groove. So I'm going to show you how to cut these grooves using different materials and different thicknesses depending on the application. One very important thing to keep in mind is the depth of your router bit. Dovetail grooves are meant to be 3/8 of an inch deep or very, very close to it. So one good way to gauge that is by using this notch here at the end of our setup gauge. This is exactly 3/8 of an inch, so that's what you would raise your router bit to. For smaller jigs, a router table will give you the best results. If you don't have a router table or your workpiece is too big, don't worry. Just make a simple straight edge guide to keep your router from straying side to side. This is also a great way to prevent tear out at the edges. One thing you may want to do, which I recommend doing, is you may want to cut a relief groove with your table saw right where your dovetail groove is going to go so that it doesn't stress out your bit. If you want to cut your relief grooves on a table saw, all you have to do is use your setup gauge and raise your blade height until it just touches the top of this second groove here on the setup gauge. Another thing you want to keep in mind is the type of material you're using. MDF is ideal because it's an engineered material and it won't bow or warp over time and it'll remain flat. Plywood also works, but remember that not all plywood is created equally. This is void-free Baltic birch, so it'll be nice and strong over time. Plywood that isn't very well made and has a lot of voids in it, when you tighten these clamps, it's going to want to put tension on those plies, and if it's not very well made, they're going to tear apart and you're going to have problems with your jig. Also, the thickness of your material is a factor. For something like this sled, 3/4 of an inch is just fine because it's going to be resting on a flat surface. But if you're making something bigger like a table, it may have a tendency to sag in the middle. you're taking out all that strength by cutting these grooves. So if you double up your material, you should be nice and sturdy and stay flat. Last but not least, your clamps will get a little bit dirty. That's just part of working in a wood shop. So all you have to do to clean it is just a couple sprays with either denatured or 91% isopropyl alcohol. And you just wipe it down like so. And there it is, just like the day you bought it.
Quality furniture construction is easy to accomplish with quality tools. Woodpecker 6-inch Carpenter Square is just such a tool. Woodpecker 6-inch Carpenter Square is a perfectly machined combination 90 and 45 degree miter square, which features engraved inch-scale markings on the vertical leg and handles for a physical reference to the edge of the workpiece, to ensure that perfect 45 and 90 degree angle every time. Quality begins with the blade being machined from high-grade cast and ground aluminum tooling plate. By milling the blade from the single plate, both angles are held to a much higher degree of precision than what's possible from stamped or molded plastic tools. The solid aluminum handles are fastened to the body with high-strength socket screws. Separating the handles from the blade ensures that they can be recalibrated to the blade if knocked out of position. So if you're looking to up your speed and accuracy in the layout of your woodworking projects, then consider adding Woodpecker 6-inch Carpenter Square to your woodworking toolbox. Like all Woodpecker brand woodworking tools, the 6-inch Carpenter Square is manufactured in our plant just outside of Cleveland, Ohio, in the USA.
You would never use a cordless tool to do a job this intense, till FlexVolt, a new line of DEWALT cordless tools that have the power of a corded tool. With innovations like the world's first battery pack that automatically changes voltage when you change tools, and our new powerful 60-volt brushless motor that maintains speed through application, resulting in a fast, efficient cut. Along with the features you expect from DEWALT, like a variable speed trigger and a 2-position keyless blade clamp for quick and easy blade changes. And since it's a cordless tool, you're never chained to a cord or a power outlet, so you have the freedom to move from job to job to job, with enough runtime to get the work done. And a battery that adds runtime to existing DEWALT 20-volt max tools. All part of the most advanced cordless system we've ever created. FlexVolt, power of corded, freedom of cordless. Built, guaranteed tough, by DEWALT.
Innovation is defined as making changes in something established, especially by introducing new methods or ideas. Sometimes this change inspires fear in those trying to maintain the status quo. They should be afraid. Introducing the new Armor Auto Jig, making pocket hole joining easy and accessible to everyone. Armor's revolutionary automatic design takes the guesswork out of pocket holes, using a one-step system based on the thickness of your workpiece. Simply place your workpiece in the jig, clamp, and close. This will automatically adjust the drill block to an accurate height setting, allowing the perfect placement for your pocket hole drill. You might not have noticed, but while you were clamping your workpiece, the Auto Adjust jig was simultaneously setting the drill bit collar to the correct depth to match your drill guide height. Simply remove the attached Allen wrench, tighten the collar, insert, and drill. Easy, efficient, and accurate. Every jig features Armor's patented Auto Adjust clamping technology, allowing you to set and maintain clamping pressure when working with materials of different thickness. The jig even includes a dust collection port to keep your workstation clean and clear. Our goal is to create for the creators. but our objectives are innovation, efficiency, and quality. Arm your shop with Armor tools.
Presenting the 309 Legend Square. This tough square is designed for the professional with Capro's unique and innovative features. The 309 has a high-impact polymer handle with a unique support ledge which keeps the square in place for one-handed marking. The stainless steel blade is permanently etched with inch and centimeter gradations. There is angle markings for beveling and framing at 22.5 degrees, 45 degrees, 67.5 degrees, and 90-degree angles. And there's a marking point in the handle in relation to the angle markings. The 309 is certified 90 degrees for reliable accuracy. The 309 Legend Square is available in 4 lengths: 8-inch 20cm model, a 10-inch 25cm model, 12-inch 30cm model, and a 16-inch 40cm model. Capro has applied its innovation to one of the most traditional of hand tools, the patented 309 Legend Square, with its unique support ledge for single-handed marking, permanently etched stainless steel blade, and many more features, makes it one of the best squares available.
The Craig Inline Clamp makes it easy to hold workpieces of all shapes and sizes without the clamp getting in the way. The Inline Clamp does this with a low-profile design that applies pressure from the side rather than from overhead, so the clamp stays out of the way as you work. The Inline Clamp stays in place with a peg that fits into any 3/4 inch diameter hole. That makes the clamp a perfect companion to the Craig Mobile Project Center and allows you to get more from any workbench that's equipped with 3/4 inch bench dog holes. Or you can drill 3/4 inch holes in any work surface to add the convenience of Craig inline clamping. Using the inline clamp is easy. Simply turn the contoured easy-to-grip dial to move the pushrod and press the clamp shoe against your workpiece. That makes it easy to dial in the clamping pressure you need, up to 250 pounds of clamping force. The low-profile clamp shoe is just 1/2 inch thick, so it stays out of the way while you work. The clamp shoe design holds tight against workpieces of all shapes and sizes, including corners and round edges. And because you can rotate the inline clamp, it's easy to direct that clamping pressure in whatever direction you need. With the Craig Inline Clamp, you get the helping hand you need, when you need it, with the versatility you want for a wide variety of tasks.